What? We're live? Are you serious?
You're live.
Well, hi, welcome to Gar Black Games. We're playing Delta Green tonight, continuing our run of a Viscid, which is a published scenario you can find in your various places like Drive Through RPG and such. We've had an interesting exploration of the of certain angles that probably weren't part of the plan of the Viscid scenario, but hell, it's been a lot of fun nonetheless. I'll dive into the summary in a second. Let's just go ahead and introduce some characters, including the newbie. When Mr. Brown, little does everyone know, father of Officer Eugene Brown.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah, no. Matt, tell us about the strange Mr. Brown here.
You caught me off guard because I didn't think I was the only new one, but I am the only new
You
character here because
are.
nobody else has done it.
Everybody
Even though
else succeeded. You're
had,
bad at
what,
the game. Everyone else is succeeded.
4 overlays prepared for last week just
Yeah.
in case scenario A,
Just
B,
in
C, or
case.
D played out. And that's not even a joke.
Yeah.
Jeff sent me 4 overlays.
Just in case.
I'm playing Mr. Brown. He's a bit of an enigma. He just kind of showed up in the morning and rolled in there, said that the powers that be were not too happy with the way things were going, that the current agents' faces were plastered all over the news, and wanted, in conjunction with a disappearance of a local medical examiner, so he's kind of taken it upon himself to start doing some damage control. But unfortunately, while he was doing some damage control, much more damage was caused nearby, which I'm sure we're going to have to do the fallout from this week or next week.
Why not just blow up all of the state of Washington and there's nothing really to worry about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Just take them all out. Okay. Let's keep it going. We got Dr. Lucy, who was one of the people we thought might not make it out of last episode. But Megan, are you happy to have Dr. Lucy back?
No, I have mixed feelings. I was really excited to play the other one, but yeah, of course. So last week, Lucy added actress to her list of professionals or professions. So like murderer, doctor, and now actress. As her and Mr. Brown did a fake terrorist video to help throw the scent off, which I thought for sure Mr. Brown was going to execute Dr. Rowley.
I think we all did. So did everybody else.
Yeah, I think everyone did. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where this goes for sure.
Yeah. I like how it's fake terrorist video. Is it fake though? Like, I'm not sure. Let's see. Bottom of the overlay, we've got Agent Stone. Agent Stone was on the attack squad last week. How's Agent Stone feeling?
Agent Stone is a little freaked out. I mean, he's a part of Army Intelligence Support Activity. He's a master sergeant. He's got decades of military service in. He's fought in Somalia and Iraq and Afghanistan. He has never fought a giant multi-limbed blob-like creature before, and he definitely feels out of his depth. But he was extremely comfortable with his Atchison Street Sweeper full automatic shotgun as he helped to utterly decimate the thing and then burn the house down. Because to him, he's a soldier. You know what? Soldiers execute situations like that, and he's completely okay with it.
And how loud
in his opinion,
how loud is that shotgun that you mentioned?
It's let's put it this way. It's very loud. Imagine a shotgun going off, but then imagine like one shotgun shell firing like every 0.8 of a second for as long as you hold the trigger down or until the drum goes dry. It's pretty loud, and it makes me smile. But so he's freaked out. He was a little freaked out. He almost had a bout of temporary insanity, but shrugged it off. And he is now fully invested in making sure that shit stops immediately, because he recognizes it now as a true threat. At first, he thought these people are just nuts, and I'm going along for the ride. Now he really actually concerned for the safety of the country.
Good, because this is your first real rodeo when it comes to Delta Green. You're kind of a recruit, and so you're getting your first real taste of the unnatural, and so you're kind of seeing what's really out there for the first time. So this isn't just any old no name, some sort of random acronym thrown together operation. This is serious. Also, I think the whole bottom row actually was at the house that is now burning.
Team Cowboy, as I've dubbed them. Team Cowboy.
Team Cowboy. Okay. We got Ryder. We got our biker hacker guy. How's Ryder doing, given everything he just saw?
And Ryder's not that surprised. He's been through some weird stuff before. Not quite the Thing, but he's seen some cult activity summoning whatever knows into existence. So when he heard about, there could be something weird, or when we kind of were understanding that something weird was happening, he wasn't that surprised. He just didn't really want to be the person to encounter it initially. So that's why he was like, I'm going to hold the door. You guys let me know when you find it. But yeah, I think he's, and like we talked about, he feels an obligation, right? He's assigned to this task to clear this up. And so regardless of how loud it's going to be, if that thing still were to exist and go run into another neighborhood, who knows what would happen, right? So
yeah,
he feels at least a sense of relief that they were able to find it after Rutledge going missing.
There are multiple things to concern yourselves with. One of is to prevent the spread of the unnatural. You've managed to accomplish that. I also should point out that all three of you can regain a point of sanity for your tactics and such. But there is that other aspect of keeping it covered up and things like that, which is becoming a little bit of a trouble. But before we get into that, let's head on over to Agent Rex Dart, Murder Cowboy. How's he doing?
All things considered, he's patched up, and just, there was the small thing of trying to rescue a small girl, and then it transformed in his arms and tried to eat his face. That was, concerning. But we worked through it, and we set it on fire and shot it a bunch of times, and, act now, cover later.
Yeah. Okay. So let's dive into the summary. Then we have one or two little things we're going to take care of. Little personnel issues I want to dive into. But so summary. It's Tuesday. So that's great. Tuesday, October 4th, 2016, 2 days into Operation Malta. All of you are agents of Delta Green or friendly recruits of Delta Green. You're in Mill Creek, Washington, investigating the deaths of Tybalt Greaves, a retired geneticist, and his girlfriend, Amanda Griffin, both of whom were found dead under strange circumstances in their home a couple days prior. You guys you investigated under the guise of a joint CDC FBI task force. You found some strange crows with human fingernails and human fingers growing out of them. At the scene, you talked to the neighbors who suggested there might be some kind of financial strain on the relationship. And another one, Marty Postwaite, who mentioned that there was a female private investigator that had been casing the Greaves household back Christmas the year prior. Things got a little weird as you went to talk to Louis Stubbs, the medical examiner.
Don't say you all. Don't.
Yada, yada, yada. Louis Stubbs, the medical examiner, died. There was a kind of a whole side quest to get rid of the body in the medical van, which Agent Stone kind of led the charge on that. I think Ryder also notified your case officer, Blair Palmer, which eventually led to the arrival of Mr. Brown, more than likely. Ryder also managed to scrub some CCTV footage, some security footage that showed Rutledge, Raleigh, and Dart at the scene killing the medical examiner. So yay, team. Later, after the disposal of the body and all that kind of stuff, you guys split off again. A couple people went over back to the neighborhood of Greaves, and that's when Dart, Rutledge, and Raleigh found a thing creature in an abandoned trailer Rutledge unfortunately was killed in the process, but due to a pair of wonderful crits, both a crit fail on my part with the thing and a crit success on Rex's part, Rex actually got away, which was very, very difficult to do. And so both he and Raleigh got out of there. You did notice on television later that night when you met with Ryder that local news has Raleigh's photo, has sketches of both Dart and Rutledge, but under different names, and are wanted along with Louis Stubbs in some sort of attack or something going on. Ryder managed to move, I think it was Dart and Raleigh, to a different hotel. And in the morning, Mr. Brown arrived to start cleaning up the mess. You guys split off again. Brown and Raleigh went and started doing some shopping, collecting some things, and then filmed a fake video of a domestic terrorist declaration, taking credit for the deaths of the medical examiner. They've taken Raleigh hostage, other things like that.
And Rutledge.
And Rutledge. Did you take credit for Greaves and Griffin too? I know you haven't released a video technically yet, but okay.
No, we didn't.
And then the other three, the murder team or the farm team, whatever the hell they were calling them, they went back to investigate the trailer. They picked up some of the belongings of Rutledge. Did you take his body or just his belongings? Like the residue?
There was no body. We took samples of the residue, then burned the rest, then took all his possessions.
Okay. And then you found tracks suggesting that the thing might have left the trailer and reached a nearby home. You looked at the home. There's like a busted chicken coop. There was like open doors. You went inside, saw blood on the first floor. Didn't do a full sweep. You heard screaming of some kind coming from the cellar. That's where you found the little girl who...
But that was after I threw the napalm bomb in there.
Yeah. And yada, yada, yada. You guys managed to kill the thing as the home burnt down on top of it. And then you got in your trucks in your big old gear and you got the hell out of there. So couple things we need to do first. Mostly I think this is just going to actually affect Dr. Raleigh really quick. Dr. Raleigh, you reached a breaking point recently. I'm not sure exactly when this happened, but I'm just checking your character sheet now. A breaking point is when you take on a disorder. So this disorder, so like in Delta Green, like there's different breaking points in terms of how much sanity you lose. And whenever you hit a breaking point, that's when you take on a disorder, which can sometimes manifest throughout the game. Usually when you take like 2 or more sanity loss, it's less than a temporary insanity. It's something usually smaller, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and reset your sandbar. So you're good. But we'll talk a little bit how that might manifest. We'll figure out something that's sort of suitable. Matt, I looked at yours too, but I don't think you've lost enough sanity for that to happen. So you might want to check to make sure your breaking point is set correctly in your character sheet. So
yeah, because I haven't lost any sanity yet.
You haven't lost any sanity. So just hit your reset button for your breaking point and it should set it for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So the other thing is just remember, you can always push off sanity loss. So like in a lot of times you push off sanity loss onto your bonds to avoid like breaking points and things like that. So that's something to think about as we progress. But we're going to start up, I think, we're going to start driving away from the scene of the crime, the victory, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Who's driving?
I'm driving.
Okay. Can you go ahead and roll either? I think we probably already did this to leave the scene, but you also are kind of passing by a relatively suburban area. And do me a favor and roll either a drive or a stealth, whichever's lower.
My drive is lower.
Yeah.
So I will do that.
Don't stare into the chicken's eyes. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Cool.
Why are you driving my car?
I have decent drive.
You got a reroll, Jeremy.
For Ronnie?
Oh,
you a reroll.
Ron, good. Yeah.
Well then, heck yeah, I'm gonna reroll that.
Oh yeah, your drive's definitely better than mine. It's cool.
Bless you. There we go. And
Oh
my gosh.
It was meant to
doubling
be.
down on it. I'm sorry.
It was meant to be.
Okay.
Just too much adrenaline. It was it's been a day.
Okay.
Deacon would be
yeah,
on the phone with Brown at this point.
Sure.
Mr. Brown, I hope you're not done shooting your video. You need to add one more location. Firebombing farmhouse. Gives him the address and then hangs up. Like, I don't want to talk to that guy.
All right. I don't have enough pieces of the puzzle to start this cover.
Okay.
But okay. I'm now aware of it.
Okay. So we're going to put it, it's kind of around noonish, give or take, between going around collecting gear, shopping, and then filming video, and then, casing the trailer, going to the house. All of that, we'll say, basically took up your morning. And so where would we say everybody's going at this point? So those of you that are in the car, driving away from the burning house, which as you look behind you, it's smoking pretty good. Where
it would be.
Yeah.
I think we'd have to dump Dart and head back to the ME.
Yep.
Okay. Where would we want to dump Dart? Would you want to go in
the trash?
We'd want
to car.
Well, we'd want to drop him off somewhere far enough outside of any kind of real civilized area to avoid any kind of security cameras, bank cameras, anything like that that might see him in the vehicle with us, since he's wanted at the moment.
Sorry, tied to this from last week, did they pass or fail their disguise roll? I can't remember. Somebody did and somebody didn't they?
I think they both failed.
Okay,
horribly.
Okay, good stuff. All right.
And Ryder was like, "What did you do?"
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think somewhere remote, I guess, and we can either
just tell him to call Brown.
Tell Brown, Brown pick him up.
Okay. Before you drop me off, I have a train of thought that I hope you'll humor me on. So that thing didn't talk last night. It was like animalistic. It hid and it tried to pounce, but it didn't try to set a trap like that. So I don't know if it's because it has more body mass or because it ate a person, but it means the thing is, if it can set a trap, that means it's smart. But if it's smart, that means it knows it was being hunted. If it knows it was being hunted, why didn't it go very far? Right? So I propose that in the trailer, it started off under the trailer and then it worked up and under. And at the house, it went down underneath the house. So I'm not going to say we're lucky enough to have I'm going to guess this thing's averse to the daylight. I'm not going to say we're lucky enough to have vampire, lighted on fire thing, but I had a thought, what if we run across another thing like that? Maybe you guys get a couple of sun lamps. And so that way, if we run across something and we feel uneasy at all, you shine a sun lamp at it. And if it reacts, maybe that's a way that we can prevent repeating that situation.
Well,
this is an idea.
If all you need is ultraviolet radiation, any light intensifier UV scope from any one of our weapons will emit a UV radiation. So,
okay, good thinking. I don't want to repeat that.
That's a good thought, Dart. That's thinking. I didn't even dump. This shit is too weird. I don't know how you've survived knowing this stuff. I had no idea, man. I had no idea, brother. I was giving you a hard time for killing that doctor, but knowing the shit I've seen today, I don't even know. I don't even know upside down. I don't know.
No, that's fair. I deserved every bit of that. But it's not my first meat monster. It's okay.
All right. Get the hell out of the truck, man.
Okay.
So as we're driving back to the ME's office, I'll say to Stone, we saw the girl's body and everything, but we never, the Rutledge was missing. We never saw any pieces of him on the girl thing.
I don't know. He had the crap that was left from him was the same stuff that was left from the business. So maybe it's gone. Maybe it subsumed so much of his flesh. The only thing left was this waste product or something. I don't know. I am way out of my depth here. I got nothing but a desire to put these things in the ground. So I got nothing, man.
Yeah, let's just try and clean up these bodies and maybe go to the plane crash. Get out of here. This state sucks.
We're gonna have to run. We're gonna have to hit hard. This is a small town. 2 explosions, giant fire, bodies, and whatever the hell we're gonna have to do at the ME's office. We're gonna have to run hard and fast.
That douchebag, Mr. Brown, he can take care of that.
Yeah. All right.
So speaking of the douchebag, Mr. Brown, what are you in Raleigh now doing? So last we saw you had recorded your video. Dr. Raleigh had taken some basic samples of the crows, but doesn't really have lab equipment to do a proper analysis. So you probably have things, just basic like blood samples, skin samples, etc. We could probably say, I know that there is interest in taking like fingerprint analysis and stuff too. That's been mentioned a few times in DNA analysis. So we can say you have that. It's just a matter of getting the equipment, running them through database, stuff like that. So you have that. You have the video that you've made but haven't yet released. And so, what are the two of you doing?
I'm gonna write up a quick list of a couple of things. If Mr. Brown is so inclined to stop at the grocery store for me, please.
Sure.
Awesome. So through that, some hair dye for myself, and I was looking at what one could get at the grocery store in regards to testing equipment. And it says here that I'm able to, if you hit a big enough pharmacy, that you can get some blood testing equipment. So I'll ask him to pick that up for me as well.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Am I going in or are you going in?
You are.
Okay, I think it's better if I go in. But Mr. Brown's gonna say, well, you need to do something for me. After this, we're going to the nearest public library, and you're going in there. You're going to create a phony email address, and you're going to distribute this video. You're going to email it to every news outlet and police station, FBI, and whatever else in the area.
Oh, all right. Library, hey? Whew, haven't been in one of those for a while.
Okay, fair enough. You head over to your local Walgreens or whatever, and or whatever they have in Washington. You pick up whatever supplies that Dr. Raleigh asks. Doesn't take you very long at all. Pop back out, drop her off at the library. Do you go in with her to the library, Mr. Brown, or are you just waiting in the car?
No, I'm waiting in the car. She's going to be on camera. I'm not going in there.
Gotcha. Okay. So Dr. Raleigh, you go inside. What's the fake email address going to be? Let me write this down.
This is you, Raleigh. I didn't give you instructions. I'll leave it up to you, Raleigh. But you're in the video, so you're playing the victim here. You're going in there on video, on camera. So when they track you back to this IP address, you're the one distributing, not me.
Absolutely. So really shifty. Looking in. Looking around, not really hiding myself, looking around because I'm not trained for that. Sit down, and I'm gonna create like terrorists are us is I think too obvious.
Terrorists are us.
Okay.
No, let her go. She's by herself.
What was the terrorist organization we blame this on?
I don't remember. I had rolled, Jeff. You let me roll, and I had zeroed it down to a number of organizations that operate in this area.
I'm just gonna say Northwestern terrorists because I actually looked a few up, but then I started thinking do I really want to start mentioning real domestic terrorist organizations on stream? So
and you don't want to be looking that up on your computer either, Jeff.
Well, it's a little late for that. Already happened, but yeah, I'll give you credit as being a local one that because you made the roll, so you would know something that would probably that fits the MO basically, just to a certain degree.
So it'll be NWT 2016 at Gmail.
Okay. Oh, at Gmail. Oh boy, you're getting Google involved. All right, got it. Okay. What is it you say? I've been on that list for a while, Chuck. Tell degrees did bad things. What, you don't have to give me like word for word, but like what's the general gist of the email?
Okay, so email would be Matt, you should have told me this. I would have thought about something.
I didn't tell you to write anything in there. Just send it.
So I'll write publish immediately, health at risk.
Okay.
And then signed NWT.
Love Dr. Raleigh.
Oh.
She accidentally is logged into like her real Gmail account in that one, and she sends it from the wrong one.
Picture
like,
of like a beetle as her profile.
I forgot to switch accounts.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. And you're just gonna send it to like local news and everything like that. Okay.
Police,
no
law
FBI.
enforcement, all law enforcement branches in the area.
Okay.
Media outlets.
I'll send it to like the fire department as well and stuff like that, like any kind of emergency services that I can think of.
Okay. So as you're looking up information.
What's the drive time from Seattle to here?
To where you're at, about 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay. So we've got 30 minutes before Homeland Security hits the streets.
So as you are looking up and you got it drafted, you're like adding all sorts of different emails to the CC. You do notice something actually as you're going and collecting contact info of local law enforcement areas, and it's when you pull up the local PD for Kirkland, Washington. Apparently there is an active shooter situation going on right now near Qdoba in Kirkland, Washington.
This is not us,
going,
by the way.
Is that anywhere near where the initial crime scene was?
Kirkland is like, it's like really close. It's like 10 minutes away from Mill Creek. So then you also notice, as you're kind of continuing to move around, there is another fiery inferno apparently in the Mill Creek area, and the address that you see, or like they're doing like, you know, these news skycopters of it at this point, is sort of generally in the area where the Tim Moncrief's home is. So there's some active things going on right now.
So as soon as I see those, like I've only made it like 3/4 the way through my list of places. I see this, I get freaked out, log off, and make my way out of the library as quickly as possible.
Okay, so you just like basically you cut short, you just get like the big ones, like the most obvious ones, and you move on. Okay, we'll say you're in there for like maybe half an hour. You come out. Are you still there waiting in the car, Mr. Brown? Or did you leave her?
No,
Okay.
yeah, I'm in the car.
You see her coming out. She looks a little shifty, a little nervous or whatever, and then gets in the car.
So normal.
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
Dr. Raleigh's gonna.
I'm not even gonna turn her. I'm just gonna say,
outlive all of you.
Is it done?
Yeah, but that's not the weird thing. Like when I was sending it to the fire department and the PD, the local bit, I saw there's like this crazy shooting thing that's happening in Kirkland, and there's a fiery inferno over by the original Point Zero, like, or Ground Zero, whatever you guys call it. Yeah, like weird shit's going down.
All right. Expressionless, Mr. Brown will start to drive away, and even
Nothing.
Nothing. He's no.
Well, we already called you and told you we were burning the house
so
down.
now he's put two and two together. It's like shit.
Yep. Okay, so Stone and Ryder, you were heading over to the ME's office.
Yep.
I would say, Stone, I think you're the one who collected the stuff. You hear like the haptics of the phone of like Ryder's phone start to go off, like a buzzing, and he's got like a depleted, depleted battery warning or something like that going off. But you notice that he has like a good dozen missed messages since like last night, like in the evidence bag. As you pull into the medical examiner's office, you notice, by the way, as the two of you pull in, that the lime green Volkswagen 2010 is no longer there.
I'll wait for the best.
Yeah, we knew Raleigh was going to get pinched for this anyway, so. Well, looks like we got a lot of missed messages there. Looks like Raleigh's car got tagged. I think we go in, hit up Detective Dunser, let her know we're getting pulled in a dozen different directions from possible terrorist threats with this ME. See what we can do to separate her from her report and her body, or him, without hopefully killing this one.
Yeah, I feel like our morning detour might cause us a little trouble since the ME might already be in there. But
Yeah.
what can you do?
Okay. Go inside. Flash your badge at the officer at the front door who lets you in.
Is Detective Dunser?
No, she's at the department. Apparently something happened to the drives that she took last night.
Jesus
I don't know, man.
Christ! What did the dogs ever come out?
No, I think that's
Listen,
down on the priority list.
We're getting
sir.
pulled in a dozen different directions. Looks like you got terrorist activity popping up all over your county. We need is the new ME here from Seattle. We got to find out whether. All right.
Yeah. She's oh god, where is she? So he kind of points over, and he's like, Dr. Bennings. Just go in down the hall, not the lab where everything went down. The next lab down is where you can find her.
What time did you get here?
8:30, something like that.
Okay. It takes about 6 hours to do a good autopsy. So
Yeah.
Oh, well, mainly she's just kind of going through active case files. They haven't pushed through approval yet for the Griffin body.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds Officer, thank you. Sorry that I was short earlier. It's been a hell of a day. I'm sure you're dealing with the same shit we are.
What's this about? Terrorist activity?
Hey, we don't know for a fact, but I mean, you got buildings blowing up, you got mall shootings, you got people dying in the streets. Kid, I don't know what's going on in your county, but we're preparing for the worst and planning for the best.
Okay. He looks like you could see, like, he's a young guy, probably mid-20s. His face is kind of just looks incredibly overwhelmed by everything that you just dropped on him. And he's like, mall shootings? Like, there's shooting at a mall?
Kid, don't worry about it. Just stick to what you're doing. We'll talk to the ME when Detective Dunser checks in. Just let her know we're back, and we'd like to speak with her so we can try to coordinate our efforts at the federal and local level.
Roger that. I'll see if I can get her on the comm for you. If that, I can take.
Thanks,
that.
officer.
Right. He lays you back, and you can hear he's like, "Hey, he's like, you hear him calling into station at this point, kind of a little nervous, like, what's this about, the mall shooting? Things like that going on. But you walk down the hall, knock on the door, boom, boom, boom. You see there's a woman inside. It's got a white lab coat on. It's got a kind of ponytail back. You'd probably peg her in her 40s, but you come inside and she's going through, looks like a series of, like, a stack of files. You don't immediately see any, like, evidence from the Greaves case, like, and as your alertness is high enough, you come in, you can see, like, certain files, like, the referencing different people, different places. It looks like she's just going through all his active case files right now. And she looks up and she's like, "Can I help you? What now? I am up to my eyeballs in paperwork. Please tell me you don't have more work to add to my plate."
I've got more work to add to your plate, Dr. Penny.
Okay. All right. Who are
Well,
the two of you
I don't
now?
know. I apologize, Doctor. My name is Agent Stone. I'm with the Army Intelligence Support Activity, seconded here to the federal investigation of what happened with the geneticist the other day. We thought you were coming down here to do the autopsy on those bodies.
Hopefully, yeah. I am coming here to cover the disappearance, apparently, of Dr. Stubbs. Nice guy. Didn't know him all that well. Conference synthesis and things, but he disappeared. This isn't the only case. You know, you're granted yours is high priority and things, but I don't have approval.
So what's the delay? I mean, this is a potential biohazard with these bodies. So
you got to get. I mean, if your son. I mean, that was a very impressive listing of your credentials there, Agent Stone. It sounds like you're a very important person. Maybe you can find someone who's a little bit more important than you, and they can get the ball rolling or grease the wheels or whatever it might be. Because whoever I'm talking to, they're saying it's like a federal issue now.
all right.
Hey, look, I'm Agent Renfro. I'm with the FBI, so I understand where you're coming from. Look, you just do what you need to do. If you need help, we're here. We can be your assistants in this moment. We've been dealing with some of the other evidence right now. We're just trying to see what's going on, trying to figure out what's happening with the other Emmy disappearing. We're just all confused, and you're only Emmy right now, so we're relying on you.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence. Either of you've got medical experience can help me kind of collate some of this data we got here. I got to go through every one of his files now. He's got like 45 active cases right now. The examiner's office is backed up through all hell.
I could try and help scanning them, put them on a computer. Maybe we can digitize this, make it a little quicker, something like that. And he looks at Stone. Maybe you can go check on the room. He just kind of says real vaguely.
Yeah, I could do that because other than slapping a patch on a sucking chest wound and chopping a mangled foot off, that's about the extent of my medical experience. But Agent Ryder, before you help out the doctor, can I have a word with you?
He nods.
All right, so you step out into the hall, no problem.
So do you think there's any way that you can get into the computer and falsify a transfer to federal custody of these bodies, and we just, not from you, just have it sent from somebody's office down to the police department, have them bring it to us, we take custody of it, drive away?
I can try and work my magic, but it's going to be a tough one. You go just do some recon, see if anything's new, and I'll see what I can do while I'm talking to her.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So Ryder, you go back in, start helping her whatever way you possibly can.
Yeah.
But you're also on the sly trying to like kind of falsify this transfer order.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that in a minute. I want to touch base with Murder Cowboy. What is it that Rex Dart is doing in the middle of nowhere? Not in the middle of nowhere. I mean, like, you're just not really near any like major stores or stuff like that. So what is it would Rex Dart be doing?
I think it would be foolish of me to try and come back in town and like draw attention. I think it probably is best to stay still and stay quiet. It's okay not to be exciting for an hour or two. I think he might actually appreciate just like laying in a ditch somewhere and just zoning out.
Okay. Okay. So you find a ditch to just lay in for a bit.
I joke about laying in a ditch, but just like
a park bench somewhere, and you just kind of stare off at like, a lake or whatever, and there's ducks floating around or something like that. Okay. Sitting on a park bench looking at the crows. Yeah, there we go. Okay, then we'll check back in then with Brown and Raleigh. What's the plan for you two?
So Brown wanted to get some hair dye. Or not Brown. Raleigh wanted to get some hair dye and stuff.
You got it. No problem. You already got that because you had to stop along
I figured we maybe get some clothes and such from maybe a secondhand store. Maybe go to Goodwill or something like that. Opposite of what she normally wears. And can I maybe try disguise this time?
Yeah. Try to help her out. Sure.
I have a decent disguise rating. That's why.
And I'll
she's
say
already
because
tried
you've done
and failed today.
Yeah, you've done such good groundwork with like getting all these other things like new clothes, hair dye. Take a +20 on it, and so roll your number and you get a +20 as well. Okay. So when you're done with her, Lucy Raleigh looks like a whole different woman. Hair is different length, different color, kind of straight where there were curls, or curls where there was straight, something like that. You make it, and like her clothes are a little kind of classic 1990s, like baggy, grunge style, as opposed to like more modern, well-fitting clothes. So yeah, she's definitely blending in a little bit more. It doesn't stand out immediately as a professional CDC agent. Okay.
And then I'm gonna tell her get in the car, and I'm gonna tell her where we're going, and I'm gonna start driving to the mall.
Okay, driving to the mall. So like we're going to like a Kirkland Mall, like not Kirk. Like when you say mall, what do you mean? Like you mean like,
one where there was a fire or whatever? What was there?
Private investigator's office.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the strip mall.
What was it?
Yes. It was a fire that, rumor has it, according to Stone, who got some of this info. He got info that there was two big bits of information. One was that the scuttlebutt amongst the FD, not the FDMI, but the fire department and the police department, was that military grade, likely, considering how it went up. And two, that the list of the companies that were there, and there were a couple recognizable ones like Allstate and everything, but there was also a private investigator's office. So yeah, the two of you drive down to Kirkland. You do hear along the way, assuming you have like local radio on.
Yes.
You do hear the same stuff that Dr. Raleigh already mentioned about an active shooter somewhere in the area. That there was a shooting at a Qdoba, one victim, unclear condition.
One victim,
meaning somebody was shot at a Qdoba. And apparently the suspect of the shooting was not apprehended. So somebody in the area is someone's act. So like so everywhere you're going around here, you're seeing like kind of you're seeing like black and whites and stuff scrolling past.
So it's like
Qdoba's
a
burrito place.
Oh, we
like
don't
a Del
have those in
Taco.
Canada. Okay.
It's like a way better Taco Bell.
Qdoba?
Yeah. It is a way better Taco Bell. That's a good description.
Anything's better than Taco Bell.
That's true.
So it doesn't say where this Qdoba was in the reports. Does it give or a neighborhood or a city or town, or is it in Kirkland?
Yeah, it's in the Kirkland area.
And if I pull over, we do a quick Google search. How many Qdobas are in the Kirkland area?
In Kirkland specifically, we'll say there's 2.
And it's an active shooting, like it's happening right now.
Meaning it's happened within the past hour or so. It was a lunchtime shooting, and they have not apprehended the shooter, but they have apparently taken a woman into custody, or not into custody, but have sent a woman to the hospital. Excuse me.
All right, I'm going to change my route, and we're going to head to the nearest of the 2.
Okay. Roll a luck test.
Luck check. Yay.
Yeah, that's a luck test. The 50-50.
Oh,
we're going to the wrong Qdoba. We're getting lunch
Mr.
first, and then we're
Brown.
going to the murders or the shooting scene.
So all this is going to be is just wasted time. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You head over there, nothing's going on, but then you come over, so like an extra, half an hour or something of your day, afternoon grows a little longer, but eventually you do get over to this other Qdoba where the shooting happened, and you can see that, there's a great deal of activity here. You can see that there's cop cars everywhere. There's both black and whites, but there's also, kind of detective cars here and there. There's all sorts of these different areas where they've been roped off. You can see that there's people going in and out, like there's like cops going in and out of like some local areas, some like these different buildings here and there, kind of searching for someone in particular. And there's like this whole crime area that seems to be right outside, like where it's kind of roped off is kind of these outdoor benches where people likely were eating. and you can see that there's the usual kind of evidence markers and stuff like that. There's blood that seems to have pooled behind some kind of bench. Yeah, and there's a lot of onlookers. There's a lot of people around.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of looky-loos, right? So it's not like it doesn't look unusual when we pull up nearby, like across the street or something like that, and get out and kind of walk up and look at what's going on.
Oh yeah, no, you can blend in. Yeah.
So, Mr. Brown, what are we doing here? Like, why did we come all the way out here?
This might be related to what we're working on. Don't you find it unusual?
I do, but up until this point, you've told me where to go and how to get there. So, I'm curious, what am I doing and where am I going?
We're going to survey the scene, and we're going to see if we can track the suspect ourselves.
Are there any employees outside there, Jeff?
Yeah, you do in fact see some people in Qdoba uniforms here and there. Looks like there's a manager that's talking with some detectives, but there's others that are just kind of nearby. Some of them kind of look to be in a little bit of shock. But yeah, there's some people mingling here. We'll probably say like maybe a half a dozen people or so were working at the time, maybe more.
Are there any employees smoking by chance?
Yeah, sure. Why not? We'll say there's someone like nervously kind of over by what looks like a tree that's coming out of one of the kind of plaza area.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Mr. Brown, I'll be right back.
He doesn't even acknowledge you. Whatever. Okay.
You're just gonna
He's watching the scene. I'm trying to like read the scene. I'm trying to take everything in. I basically want to assess from a distance here everything that I can while Raleigh runs off.
Yeah, I'm gonna head over to where the employee is smoking over by the tree.
Okay, you go over. You see probably a teenage, college age young woman who's kind of nervously kind of smoking a cigarette. Looks like there's 2 or 3 other people nearby as well, all kind of doing the same. She's the only one who's wearing a Qdoba shirt, whatever those look like. But yeah, she's there.
The name tag?
Yeah, you look at her name tag and it says, hang on, let me take a look. It says Tracy.
Tracy. So I'm gonna kind of go up. So, Mr. Brown, describe how you disguised me. What is I
thought Jeff described it. I don't know. Oh boy.
You look less professional than you used to be.
Well, I'm gonna go up to Tracy and just be like, hey, can I bum the smoke off you?
Yeah, you can see she's kind of a little lost in thought and kind of absent-mindedly grabs her pack, pulls it over towards you, like Marlboro Ultralights, just kind of holds the pack out for you.
Awesome. So I'll take one out and do the pat down.
Sure.
Do you have a lighter?
Yeah. She just she hands it over to you. She doesn't light it herself, light it for you.
Okay, so I'll light my smoke. Be like, big inhale and like slow exhale. Crazy day, hey? Yeah, you can say that, yeah.
Just far off, look in her eyes, nervous.
Just gonna look, kind of like bend down to meet her eyes. Be like, you all right, Tracy? Look down at her name tag.
I rang her up. I gave her the food. And then like 10 minutes later, like she was laying there. She just kind of points over towards like where the blood is. She just was laying there, and yeah.
Wow. I've just come. Oh my gosh, I've just come from Mill Creek where like everything's blowing up and exploding and is on fire.
What do you mean everything's what?
Oh man, I'm telling you, end of days.
Oh no.
What the She kind of looks at you, like, and then she finally takes in your clothing at this point. I don't need this right now. Like, just peddle your paranoia somewhere else, please.
I'm so sorry. I overstepped. You've just been through an extremely traumatic situation, and you're trying to offload. And here I walk into your sanctity underneath this tree and just unload my crap. So, like, I'm really starting to reach out, and I just give her a big hug.
Yeah, and she tenses up, and just one of those things where she does not return the hug, and just waiting for you to let go.
So, and like lingering with the hug, and like smoke's hanging out the side of my mouth. So like this woman who you serve.
Oh my God! What?
What did you order?
Get a burrito bowl or tacos?
Did you let go before you asked?
No.
Okay. So your mouth's like right up against your ear.
What did she order?
Oh God. She said vegetarian bowl, rice, beans, hot sauce, usual stuff. Diet Coke.
Bring her back. Did you
Oh my God.
She's still kind of like.
Pull that syringe out.
Oh no!
She's got a second one.
She's killed
Thanks,
again.
Tracy. Thanks.
Okay. So what do you say next?
asked her, like, was she like acting weird, or did she just come in and she was normal?
Okay, can you roll like a charm test or something? I'm like, let's see. Let me see what I got. Persuasion, maybe. Do you have persuasion?
Oh, I'm pretty good at persuasion.
Okay, famously. Okay. All right. So, no, she didn't say anything. I saw her. She got shot, and then everyone was panicking, and she kind of I saw her like kind of drop something, and then she bent down to pick it up, and that's when she got shot. And then everyone just started hiding. Like, we were hiding, people outside were hiding, but like she was like waving people to safety. She was like, get down. Like, her arm was just gushing. Like, it just didn't even work. Who are you? Why are you hugging me?
Oh yeah, I forgot. So I'll let go and be like, well, it'd be great just to let you know she made it. She's at the hospital and she's not dead. So we're all okay.
Did they find the shooter?
Did you see the shooter at all? Like, should I be worried? And she's
No.
like,
she returned fire at like somewhere. I saw her pull a gun, and then I don't know. And she's like kind of pointing at some of the other buildings. I don't. At that point, I was behind the counter.
so the lady who got shot, she was shooting all around.
Yeah, she. I think it was like a car or something. I don't know, like over there, and she's not sure. And there's cars everywhere. You can tell that she's like, I think she was firing at a car. I don't know.
Oh, that's fair. Do you know if any of your do you know if anybody else saw anything?
The cops were talking to everybody. Are you a cop? Like, what?
Cop.
A reporter or something?
To be honest, and she like leans in and goes, to be honest, I love this shit. And like
Okay.
goes back and then goes, thanks for the smoke. And
What angles were you playing?
What you were doing? What was that?
Went
That
off
was
just like a plan.
Just weird her out completely. Just distract her with
I have to
strangeness.
disguise you again.
Okay.
While Raleigh's doing this, instead of surveying the scene, I'm actually going to start I'm pushing my way through the crowd like with purpose, and I'm just gonna go up to the tape and I'm gonna go up and under it and walk into the scene. And like,
okay, you walk into the scene,
with,
someone
like-
immediately comes over. Like, whoa, hey, sir, whoa.
Hey,
There's a tape there for a reason.
No, PD, I'm here taking a look at this. They called us in.
Who are you? Who called you in? And
Listen, Lieutenant Harris, I'm with Seattle. They called a bunch of us down here. You've got so much on your plate right now that you need all the help you can get. So they've called a bunch of us detectives in.
Just kind of keeping his like hand out at you, and he's like, Lieutenant Harris.
Yeah,
that's you. That's who you are.
Yeah.
You've got a badge. We carry these things for a reason, you know.
Yeah, here. And he starts like patting his jacket, and he goes to his breast pocket. Oh, shit, I must have left it in the car. Hey, listen, let me just get in here. I got to talk to one of your guys. I got to meet my contact, and then I'll go back to the car. You can get my badge. Listen, you can trust me, right?
What do you think? I was born yesterday? You're not taking 2 steps further without that badge. Oh, God. Yeah, God, you reporters are disgusting. Come on, man. Someone got hurt here. Get the hell out of here.
I'm not a reporter. What? Who's your commanding officer?
Like,
What's your badge number? What's your badge number? What's your name?
All right. Hey, Tommy, can you come give me a hand? We got some wackadoo here. Let's go. Come on.
What's your badge number? What's your badge number?
Okay, that's it. All right, that's it. You got 5 seconds to get back out underneath that tape, or I'm gonna put you in cuffs. Do you want to go? Do you want to get in cuffs right now? Is that what's happening right here? You got 5. You got 4. You got 3.
All right, he's gonna back up.
Okay.
Oh, what can I look at his badge from here? I'm not gonna. Punch him.
Sure. What's your alertness?
It's 40.
Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, you got his badge number.
All right. What's the name on the badge?
Well, let's see. What do I got? Let me look at my name list here. Okay. You've got Clark.
No first name, just Clark.
Well, I'll just say Clark on it, wouldn't it?
It would just say
Clark.
Clark.
Just say his last name. All right, Clark. I'll be in touch with your commanding officer. Thanks for being so accommodating. Let me go back to my car and get my badge.
Yeah, you do that. Hey, you get that badge, you bring it back, and I will certainly just let you through here, guy. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll pull him in for a hug. No. And whisper in his ear. No.
On his back.
Hey, what do you order from Qdoba?
I just wanted to get my lunch. I'm hungry. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he's not gonna let you on the scene without a badge.
Why not?
Because there's no one on the scene without a badge.
Bureaucracy, or persuade or something here.
No, I don't think so. I think you got to show the badge. I think you got to show badge. No, I think you got to show the badge for this one. I mean, you said you were a cop, and then he asked for a badge, and you said you didn't have a badge. I don't think.
No, I said I left it in my car. I was like, oh shit.
Well, yeah, go get it.
All right.
Go get the badge.
All right, I want to scan the scene. Where can I get on here where nobody's looking?
Sure. Go ahead and roll like a forensics or something like that.
Can I stealth into there?
If you want to make a stealth roll to try to sneak onto the scene, it's been cordoned off fairly significantly. But if you want to do it, you can. But there are a lot of people that are
all right
that are watching.
No, I pick up what you're putting down, Jeff. You're saying it's not a good idea.
You can do it. I have no problem with it. I let them kill a freaking medical examiner for crying out loud. Do whatever you want. But if you want to roll you can roll like forensics. If you want to just kind of take a quick look at the scene, you can do that because you can still see the scene from here.
Yeah, I want to see the scene. I also want the police cruisers that are pulled up here. Are there any cops around there? Are they all on the scene?
There doesn't seem to be anyone inside a specific vehicle anywhere, but most of them are either like kind of just got the perimeter around the scene. They're some of them seem to be talking to others. Others seem to be actually within the tape, looking at various sections of the crime scene.
All right. I need a badge. I need a badge stat. Or one of those coats One of those
You can
coats that
roll
say police in
criminology.
yellow across the back. That's what I need. I'm gonna go steal one of those out of a car. Saunter onto
Okay.
the scene.
Okay. 2 things then. Give me a luck test.
Trying to steal from a car? Is that what you
No,
said?
I'm gonna be discreet about this, Evan. I'm not gonna go just walk up to a car and steal.
Well, when you
from it.
fail, you know.
I want to look first. I want to observe before I do anything.
The luck will determine whether or not one is even available to steal.
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you look around and you do not see a like FBI or like Kirkland PD windbreaker anywhere. No.
Yeah.
Again, anytime you want to do that, you can. I'm giving you like you can see the scene. It's not like it's like blocked off to you. It's just you can't walk it. That's all. You have to.
All
go
right, so I'll do my
around
best to observe from here, so I can't talk my way onto the scene.
Mm-hmm. So forensics would be the role.
I have 0 in forensics.
You can talk your way onto the scene. It's just your.
I
it's just-
fail.
I have 0.
Do you have? Okay, you can do int times 5, but it's not going to give you the same information. It's just going to give you kind of like generic info, not like specific crime scene investigation info. Okay, unless you get a critical success. If you get a critical success, then yeah, a few things. Okay, so from what you can tell, as far as you, so like when you're looking out over where the kind of the blood splatter is in the pool, you notice that there are a variety of different evidence markers. One of them seems to be a broken kind of cell phone on the ground. It looks like there's also the crime scene tape kind of extends outward towards the side of the road nearby, and there apparently is some glass on the ground that you think is most likely from like a car, possibly kind of the car window breaking or something like that. Let's see. That's, I mean, honestly, that's probably all you can get just from observation. Is that looks like there's something fell on the ground nearby. There's a pool of blood, and then it looks like you have an idea. If you and Raleigh were to kind of combine information, you kind of can get an idea of like where the car was that shot at this woman.
Are there any cameras on the traffic lights around here?
There are some cameras here and there. Yeah, it does look like there are some other businesses, like even the Qdoba itself has some. Yeah.
Okay. That may have got a shot of this car.
Certainly possible.
Okay. And what took place? All right. Good stuff. I guess I will go back to the car and sit there and wait for Raleigh to return.
Okay. Eventually she will. So let's kick it back over to the ME's office then. Evan, why don't you go ahead and roll a computer science check to see if you can forge some sort of.
Off, dude.
Does anybody
I fail by.
Has anybody
so
given
little.
Evan a reroll tonight?
I don't think.
It's like old Maddie 2 arms. Jeremy got one. Megan got one.
It's my best skill, and I fail it literally every time.
Yeah. Okay. You seem to be having trouble. Wait a second.
Oh, what? Hey.
Wait a second. That seems.
Thanks,
to be...
Free League Publishing.
Wait a second.
He didn't even give it to me. He gave it to himself.
I know he gave it to himself.
Nobody ever buys me rerolls. I'm buying myself one.
Yeah, you can't seem to kind of crack into sort of the federal. The federal communication database, whatever it is that you would need to kind of get the right kind of documentation to make it actually look legit. Or at least you couldn't do it quickly. This could be something that if you spend a little time on, maybe you could make it work, but it's not something you're going to get done in just like an hour here, while she's like looking over your shoulder. Stone, what are you doing in the meantime?
So he's going to do another reconnoiter of the ME's area. He wants to check the cold storage where the bodies are at. He wants to verify that they're still there. He wants to see if anybody else has been through the area, double check the security cameras to see if they're on, off. Because he's beginning to get concerned that maybe there's another player here that may also be after the bodies.
So you notice that, first of all, the seal doesn't look broken. So as far as you know, no one's come in or out of the cold storage area. So no one's gone in, no one's gone out. This is also likely, you're imagining, really putting a bottleneck in probably the other active cases. Like there's more than one case that they're probably working on right now, and this is really slowing things down. And then in terms of the recording, as far as you can tell, they're on. You guys have earned the trust of the people here, so it's easy enough for you to step into the kind of the security area that you were in with Ryder the night before, and you can see that they still haven't replaced those drives. So yeah, they're actively on, but they're not actively recording.
So he would go up to the officer that he talked to earlier. Were you able to get through to the detective?
Yeah, Detective Dunser is currently. He kind of like looks like, don't take this the wrong way. She's kind of getting her ass chewed out by the chief about the chain of evidence or something. I don't know what the hell happened with the drives, but I don't know when she's gonna make it here. Let me just put it that way.
Who's the lead detective on site?
And apparently there's been some massive explosion fire at a neighboring home that she's now getting called to. They're not sure if it's related, but two pretty serious crimes within a half mile of each other in the same basic neighborhood. Yeah, she's probably heading over there.
Who's
what the hell that's about?
Who's the officer in charge on site right now?
You're looking at him.
Oh, congratulations. Hey, listen, it's a shitty job to be stuck with, man. I've been there myself. This is off the record between you and me. I think a lot of these cases that you're dealing with right now are related. I think there are some people who tried to get at the bodies from that crime scene may try again. So we need to be vigilant to make sure that ME gets access when the ME needs access, and that nothing else bad happens here. So do you have adequate perimeter control? Do you have adequate officers on site? Yeah, I mean, I could try to get some backup. I could try to get some federal backup down here. I just want to see if we can help you.
If you think you can get federal backup down here, I mean, I'm not going to say no. It's just right now, it's just me and Grant. Mikey's on the back door. I'm on the front. It's just the two of us for now. Apparently, there's bigger fish to fry going on everywhere. I don't know what the hell's going on. Apparently, there's a shooting at some sort of taco place. Then there's a fire and everything. I don't know what's going on.
All right, let me see what I can do. I might be able to pull. We don't have a lot of assets in the area, but we might be able to get somebody down from Seattle in a half hour, 40 minutes, maybe a team to, at least widen the perimeter on this building, at least till we can figure out whether or not anything's going weird with those bodies.
Hey, man, that would, yeah, I mean, anything to help at this point, Okay. All hands on deck, it seems like.
Sounds good.
I'll send a text to Stone while I was trying to do that, and it'll be like, no can do. Remember, the cameras are running, but they're not recording anything. If you want to sneak in, I can go to the security room or whatever and distract. Basically is what he says.
Yeah, he returns, he says only 3 officers on site, 1 on the back door. We can probably grab and run, but there's going to be questions if we're not here. So maybe Brown comes and takes the bodies, and we stay here to hold our cover. He comes up to the back doors. I pull the guard off the back door. He takes him.
This is all text messages.
Yes, I'm assuming this is all in text, right?
Yeah.
You get on the phone. So I'll hit this guy.
I think I'm going to hit the Emmy right now.
Yeah. There's got to be a sedative on the countertop.
Yeah, somewhere. Oh, it just says it on the label.
Oh, it was formaldehyde. Damn it.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess he says something about maybe just Brown coming, and it doesn't have to be like we don't need to knock out the guard, but we can use Brown as like another liaison, like, and then he can be like part of the removal or whatever we want to do with the bodies.
Okay. All right, Brown, you get a notification, like they're texting you or something like that, pulling you in. Dart, is there anything you want to do? I want to keep coming back to Jeremy. Anytime you want to try to do something, just let me know, man.
Okay. Well, for the sake of the team, it's fair that they want me to kind of stay quiet and stay out of sight.
Sure.
After taking a little time to kind of, just find some inner peace after being nearly eaten twice in the past 24 hours. Maybe, like, he's got a smartphone. He might be checking to see if there's any news reports about going on in Montana. He's curious to see if there are any weird reports popping up from around there.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And there may not be, but
All right. So the big thing, obviously, that's like when you're just kind of scrolling through your your phone, kind of getting whatever you can. The big thing is obviously the plane crash, right? And the article you read specifically states that park rangers have not been able to go on scene. That CDC has cordoned off the site. They're not letting anybody in, and not only are they not letting park rangers in, they're not letting anybody in. Like no one's going in, and so like for over 24 hours now, like the flames and stuff have died down at this point, and like it wasn't a huge plane, and they still aren't seeming to let anybody in. And like what's actually going on? Go ahead and roll. You can roll intelligence if you want.
okay.
If you have computer science and that's better, you're welcome to roll that too.
Nope. Well, I'll roll intelligence. Why not? What?
Nice.
That's my worst stat.
Jesus, this is what Jeremy does in like
I
all of
know.
our games. He does this in Alien all the time. His alien character has like 12 dice to like hit people and he misses. But then he has like 2 dice to do a contact check. Success, of course. Like every time.
I just defy math. That's my superpower.
It's a good skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you okay. You do get one other like crime that is reported at the Travelers Rest State Park. Body apparently was found. There's no specific information. Most people it just seems to be an animal attack, is what the article seems to say. They haven't released the identification of the victim. That's the only other like major criminal thing that's in the news right now.
All right. I'll probably like text, a report of that to the group because I have no clue what's going on with them. So I'll forward that message.
Sure. Okay. Before that over, I'll assume you guys communicate with each other just to make it for ease. We'll jump back to Raleigh and Brown in the car together. Unless you're telling me otherwise, I'm assuming you're exchanging information.
Yeah, I'm gonna compare notes.
Okay.
So it looks like Tracy was telling us the truth. It looks like this lady, she got shot in the arm, I guess. Lots of blood. But she was shooting back at a car. And I mean that would be what or that would be in line with what you're telling me about the glass on the road, right?
Yes. There's also a broken cell phone there on the scene that we should get our hands on if we can.
Well, how do you propose we do that, Mr. Brown?
Maybe a rider could be of use here.
Well, yeah. Don't we need said cell phone for a rider to look at?
Yes. We've got ways.
What ways? What do you mean we have ways?
Don't. He's just gonna start the car and start driving as you're asking questions, not answer you. I'm gonna start heading towards the mall now that we were originally going to.
Okay. Yeah, you head over there. And when you get there, it's just like blackened slag everywhere. There is nothing left standing whatsoever. There is not even the remnants of a building. It's just like a sea of blackened slag, and it looks like there's multiple, there's multiple buildings. I mean, there's a large enough parking, a parking area to suggest there was a couple things. You do notice that there's off to the side, we'll say, like there's like a, by the street, there's like a listing of like the different companies. Looks like there's a bookstore. There's like Campbell's Books. There was Allstate Insurance Agency. There was what looks like a Remax, like brokerage and home loan. There was a Sylvan Learning Tutoring Center. And then there's like this, like underneath all the commercial stuff, you can see that there's like these little office suites and stuff. And one of the names that you see is Dynot, Belton, and Wells Detective Agency.
Would that ring any bells for me? Because Rutledge had been discussing with us about different.
We'll say that the name sounds. Yeah, it was on his list.
Okay.
Yeah, he narrowed it down to like 4 or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, he started with like a list of 15. He started calling around. He narrowed it down to just a handful because he was looking specifically for like full-time female employees that might be investigators. But yeah, that name does sound familiar.
Okay, I'll be like, that Rutledge, Mr. Brown, that the detective agency. That guy. Where is he now? Rutledge had a hunch that, or a lead that he was going after detective agencies in and around the area with female agents or female detectives. This was on his list. It can't be a coincidence. Nothing.
What does this have to do with the investigation? Why was he looking at detective agencies?
Because did you not read anything? Oh my gosh. So there was a neighbor, I think it was the gentleman, I can't remember. He was let me see. Oh yeah, he was telling us about all the comings and goings that was going on at Dr. Greaves' house. His lady friend had some male callers come and go, and he had some female callers come and go. And about 10 or so months ago, there was a female detective in a brown Lexus that came by and was like asking questions and stuff. And that's hot dog. Rutledge, you're a genius.
Without a torso. A
Yeah.
genius without a torso.
Dead.
He was a genius.
Is there like on the commercial signs, is there a name of the property management company?
Yeah, there would be.
And who is it?
Jeff doesn't know, but let's just say, yeah, you take down property management company. Yeah, no problem. You also could very easily gain access to like the contact info for the company itself. If you hop on a phone, you can see that they do have like a professional webpage. They do have a kind of a Yelp page. They do actually have reviews, things like that. You find like what looks like a basic Squarespace page that has basic bios of the different names. You can see that there's like the 3 main people are Ted Belton. One second. Yeah, Ted Belton, Evelyn Wells, and I'm trying to remember what the other one's name was. A second, apologies. Aaron Dynot. Those are the 3 names.
Aaron, like as male spelling of Aaron, or
male.
female?
Yeah,
Okay.
Aaron, and then Evelyn Wells, and then Ted Belton.
Okay.
And they're color pictures, right? So we can tell what hair color and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can tell that, and I will go ahead and share with you. Let me see if I have pictures. I think I have pictures of some stuff. I got picture happy after a while. So you do see. Let's see. So let's see. So Evelyn Wells, if I can get it to open for me. You see like a woman, probably late 40s, maybe early 50s, kind of semi-short, red-brown hair. That's Evelyn Wells. There are also a picture for Ted Belton. You can see probably in his 50s, maybe early 60s, something like that.
Oh, Teddy Belton.
Yeah. And then do I have one for Dinah? I don't. I guess I didn't put one up for Dinah. My bad.
They're not important.
But yeah,
All
you
right,
have.
write that NPC off. They're not important. They don't have a picture.
Sometimes I do that specifically. I give like non-important NPCs like photos just to throw people off the scent. But yeah, you can see that they all have like kind of basic bios, like what they're good at. So Belton is listed as like kind of a forensic accounting. Seems to at some point worked for the IRS. It looks like Evelyn Wells is a former police detective, has Army experience. It looks like she's a detective out of Tacoma, or she was a police detective out of Tacoma. And it looks like Aaron Dinah was a retired Seattle police officer. The company seems to have been in existence since like the 90s, as far as you can tell.
I want to start Googling Evelyn Wells, Washington, and see if I can get any hits, like find like a Facebook or something, or a MySpace or anything. Now that we have a picture of her and what she looks like.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you do find so Evelyn Wells, Seattle, Mill Creek, Kirkland. You start kind of doing all of that, and eventually you do find it's not that uncommon a name, but you do find one that the pictures line up. Looks like she has a Facebook page. It is private. Does look like she has a LinkedIn profile. Kind of goes through her specific like professional CV and stuff. You do get some random pics. Looks like she's somewhat outdoorsy. You don't see any pics of like a spouse or anything like that. But it does look like she had a lot of, she had dogs, camping, stuff like that. You see like those pics are kind of popping up here and there that are leaking out of some of the social media.
Any pictures of vehicles by chance?
That's a good
I'm going to tell you to friend her. Friend Evelyn Wells.
You do not get any specific pictures of a vehicle, no. However, I mean, like, you guys do have the capacity to like access certain databases and things from time to time. So like that's one thing to think about. Like you guys could conceivably try to get into like DMV, like especially if you have computer science, or you could do it like the illegal way, or you could do it a legal way to kind of throw your weight around. You also have the ability to try to forge IDs or acquire IDs. Like these are things that you could potentially do as well that could help you get some of that information.
I need to forge a police department, police badge.
Yeah, and some of you have, like, you could access the police department databases and things like that to see if she's on file anywhere, that kind of thing.
But that's traceable back to you if you do such things.
It is. Potentially.
There's always a trail.
Okay.
Is there anything else you were looking to do with this I don't know, totaled retail center?
There's no police or anything here, right? This happened a couple days ago. Like it's just kind of a ash.
It happened super early Monday mornings, the day that Operation Malta began, but it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
So, but there's no police or anything. There's just kind of like tape up.
Oh no, there's a presence here, but not a very big one. It just looks like they're doing basic cleanup. You didn't get any information about any casualties or anything like that. It looks like it went up when there was nobody, on site at these places.
Okay.
All right, so we can't poke around. All right.
And I will say, you look out. There's unlikely to be able to find the totality of the destruction here.
Cause of the explosion, was that in the news? Did it say?
Stone had heard rumors from some of the police were talking about how they had mentioned possible military grade explosives.
Okay.
Can I roll forensics to see if I can differentiate sort of where the fire would have started, that sort of thing?
No, I don't think that you would be able to triangulate that given what's left. It's possible if... Yeah, it's possible that fire department probably had an investigator on site at some point within the last 24 hours. They might have concluded something, so that's somebody you could kind of try to throw some weight around with and get information from there. But it would require you to walk the scene, and it would require you to kind of look at a lot of different things. I'm not sure if it's something you can just get from just kind of seeing it from the street.
No, that's fair. Right. I'm gonna call the property management company.
Okay. So yeah, it's like a phone service. But eventually, yeah, you get to somebody. It's gonna. Do you know the name? Do you know the name of your extension? Like, did you press 0 to talk to a person? That kind of.
And be like, "Hi, I'm looking to see if I could rent one of your spaces."
Sure. Do you have the address of the property that you're interested in?
Actually, I do. I had my eye kind of on this cute little town in Washington, Mill Creek. I've got some fond memories of it from childhood, and I've got myself a little bake shop, and I think it'd be perfect.
Pacific Northwest. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let me see. You hear like typing in the background. Is there a particular? We do have a couple sites under our heading out there. Is there a particular neighborhood or area that you would be interested in?
Well, if memory serves, and it has been a while since I've been home, but pretty small. I was looking, and I'll say on whatever side of town this particular retail is, if it's on the west side or whatnot. And I'll list some local landmark that's near to that.
After like a good 20 or 30 seconds of searching, you hear just like a come out. Well, that's a shame. It seems we have a flag on that property currently. It seems we have suffered a recent fire. Could I potentially find a different location for you?
Well, I know Mill Creek is pretty small. Do you just have one property manager that kind of runs around and manages all the different areas in and around Mill Creek?
Sure. We only actually have 2 commercial locations within Mill Creek. This one did have an empty lot, but unfortunately the current state of it is indeterminate at this point. We do not have any vacancies at our other commercial lot on the opposite side of the eye.
That's fine. I'm obviously you'll rebuild. Do you have for references and so forth? Do you have any contact details for any of the, old tenants of this particular retail spot? I just want to see if it's the right fit for my company.
Roll a persuasion test. See if you can. Oh God, Dr. Raleigh. Some of these are public companies, and so they start just giving you a list of the companies that were available there and their contact information. So you have like lists of like all of the public numbers. Like there's no private numbers that they're giving you, but they're just giving kind of a list of what was in the commercial center and contact info.
Well, thank you very much. She lists off a fake phone number for like follow-up contact details, and wishes her a great day, and off she goes.
Okay. Emmy's office. What's next for you guys? The day is waning at this point. It's been hours of sort of figuring some things out and kind of getting stymied here and there. So what's
I feel like we
our
should-
Ryder and Stone doing?
So Stone would grab a couple cups of coffee and go grab Ryder, and he's like, "Let's step out for a minute and get a breath of
Yeah.
fresh air."
I'm assuming me and the Emmy's conversations have been fairly dull. Like she seems like pretty like
She
interested in
seems
her
to be-
work.
She seems to be mostly interested in kind of catching up, but I would say periodically she might even ask you questions about what the hell happened to the previous medical examiner. So like that would probably be the only highlights of that conversation,
Okay.
unless you tried to drive it in a particular direction.
No, I feel like she would be very limited in her knowledge just because she's coming from out of the area. Okay, then yeah, we'll go get a cup of coffee.
So as we're going out, I'm like, "Listen, they've got 3 officers on the building. They've got the ME in there. They're not getting at those bodies. So we either draw them out of the building with like a fake bomb scare or something and take the bodies, or we actually blow the building."
Wait, those are only 2 options: is fake blow up or real blow up. That seems a little extreme. Look, hold on. All right, we have.
It'd have been nice if we got those transfer orders, but since we don't have that, we either have to steal the bodies or destroy the bodies, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but we got all the evidence, really. I mean, do we really even need the DNA or anything? If we can just get a sample, maybe. I mean, that's all we really need from these people. We got the thing. We got the Rutledge's body. We got.
Hey, I don't know your business. I'm just assuming you don't want those bodies getting examined by anybody else.
Right, but can we just do something a little smaller than like a bomb in there? Like maybe just light a fire and it stays contained for a while. No one knows about it until they open it.
Well, fire suppression system in this building will go off the second the fires go off. Remember,
Maybe
you
I
said
could turn it off.
if you can get rid of the fire suppression system, I can burn that room. But
And
we
then
still need
we
need to call in the bomb scare anyway, though. Otherwise, it's going to look like we burned the room.
We don't know about Rutledge's video yet. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What if we set the temperature too high and it freezes everything and makes it? I don't know. I guess I would just.
They've got. I mean, I've got 2 more of these napalm bombs that I made. They've been gelling up for over a day, so they're going to blow hard and hot. I can put one. I can put one behind the compressed gas cylinders. That'll turn those things into flying torpedoes in that room, and I can put one up in the vent. Put a little rubbing alcohol under the body of the female. They'll go up. If you can knock out the fire suppression system, those bodies will be ash in about 17 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta be able to reseal it though and walk away like nothing happened. And whenever they find it, you know.
Well, the whole inside of that room is going to be nothing but ash. There's not going to be any physical evidence left, and the doors are going to buckle and blow off their hinges, so the seal is going to get broken anyway. There's not going to be any physical evidence that we were there, as long as there's no cameras on us and nobody's seeing me walking in and out of that room.
Right.
We should be okay. But they're going to be looking for somebody else.
Yeah.
We're going to have to pin it on Dr. Raleigh.
For sure, that's fine. But yeah, we could do that. I'll turn off the fire suppression, and then you can just sneak in, and I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, and then when someone else notices it, or maybe 10 minutes later, it's whatever you want to do, you could notice it or something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so we go back to our car, drive off, come back with our coffees, and then I get the 2 napalm bombs and the 100-mile-an-hour tape them to the inside across my lower back, put my shirt down and my jacket back over them. So those are just
cargo pants.
Well, they're just 1 liter. I mean, they're just 1 liter bottles. So
I don't know, but you're saying,
and they're
they're
basically gelled up completely now, so they don't even slosh. They don't make any noise at all. And they didn't bring in any bomb sniffing dogs, so we should be okay.
Sure. So how much is everything being communicated to everybody else, to Dart?
I think this is just me and him.
Okay. Jeremy, you had mentioned in chat that there was something you were thinking of doing depending on how much has been communicated. So what would you want?
I mean, we don't have encrypted and scrambled cell phones, do we? So
Now they're just burners. Yeah.
Yeah. So we wouldn't be doing
Yeah,
too much
no.
cell communication.
So I have an idea, but it depends on whether or not you might have, because Dart was aware of Rutledge investigating the different private detectives. Do you think there's a chance that like the link for that PI Evelyn between her office and then the shooting, is that possibly?
Well, that's what I said in chat. I said it's for sure that's what it is.
Okay.
And she shot back, so it's probably not like PI. They didn't kill her from the explosion, or maybe they're just trying to destroy evidence. Now they're trying to get rid of her.
So I think at this point, what Dart would be focusing on is whoever is doing this is clearly escalating and trying to do this really hard because they've blown up a building, not subtly. They have shot her in a public restaurant. I strongly want to find out which hospital she's at right now.
That's fine.
I think it would be good to get a person there.
Okay.
A doctor could go there.
So let's see. You're just kind of off the grid sort of right now, and you've got your cell phone and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I think it's possible. Yeah, I don't see. I guess it's possible. Like, I think it makes sense that they would that information could probably have been picked up by kind of a news report or something like that. Maybe not her names, but Swedish Medical Center in Seattle.
Ooh, it's foreign medical center. I see.
Is where she was taken.
All right, I'll share that. And then I don't know if I'm anywhere close to there, or probably the other people might be closer because I was.
It's Seattle.
Yeah.
So like you're, probably 20 to 30 minutes away from the specific hospital, so you would be able to. You could, taxi or Uber, but that runs a risk.
No.
And you've been just kind of laying low for a while now. Is there anything else you would have wanted to do?
I don't know, because the problem is I can't really go into the city without. At this point, the best thing I can do for the team is stay low. But that was at least an idea that hopefully
we could try and go after we get done with this.
Yeah,
we can try and send Mr. Brown, but I think we would be preoccupied.
Or I mean, or Brown could pick you guys up and take you to Seattle while we try to deal with this.
Yeah.
So Brown and Raleigh, you drove away. From last we saw you were at the site of the strip mall. We were on the phone with Raleigh. What the two of you would do next?
I'm gonna say I'm driving. I'm assuming. I'm gonna drive to meet the others. I did get that call earlier from Stone. Did you guys say where you were going? I don't remember. I guess you didn't. Did you?
No, I mean, all we said was we were headed back to the ME's office.
Okay, well, seeing as how we've done the bombing, we've done the shooting, I would naturally the next stop would be the ME's office. So I'm gonna head there next, regardless.
Okay. What do you do with Molly?
I know
she is a wanted.
So what else is in the area here? Where could I park?
Town.
Where could I leave Raleigh and park and make my way over there?
It's any old town. Like, just think of it just like it's a
sure.
normal
There's like
town.
a gas station or a fast
There's
food
gas
restaurant
stations,
or something I could park
stores,
at.
Stuff. Yeah,
She is
like,
disguised.
it's any old
Though.
town.
She's disguised, but I'm not taking her to the scene of the crime.
Okay. All right.
Can go with you. We need to figure out get the information of all the stuff that we've gathered, right? Like the blood samples and shit like that. So I have 0 in computer sciences. I feel
Bless you.
I feel why don't you ask me to, or I ask you to drop me off where Dirt is.
Do we know where Dirt is? I don't think we have any idea. Dart. I mean, Dirt.
Yeah, Dirt.
I mean,
Dirt's
I'm sure we would have told you.
Okay.
Do we know where Dart is? I don't think we did. You
Yeah.
guys dropped him off at a park, but you didn't communicate to us where Dart is.
Yeah. When we called you, I would have told you where Dart.
Yeah.
Where we left Dart.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, there's no reason. We can say.
All right. Do I need to work my magic on Dart now too and disguise
If anything, we wouldn't tell you
You
where
can if you
Raleigh
want.
was, so we get rid of her. But Dart, he's okay.
I guess I'll try to do the same with Dart. Get some
Okay,
hair dye, go to a secondhand
He has a
store.
mullet, remember? So
Well, he can shave his head.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You can take do the same rolls you did before, plus 20.
So it'll be 65, still a fail. Hey, I
you
got
do
a
have
reroll. Wait
though.
a minute. I think Bert
Oh.
bought
Even
me
a
a
real
reroll.
one, not even you, like an actual
Yeah,
reroll.
Bert bought me a
reroll.
reroll.
you didn't
Yeah,
buy
Bert
your
did.
own.
Oh my.
Oh!
Oh, he looks even worse.
Why does this happen
just-
every time we do a reroll?
He's just too big. Yeah,
It's-
it's a Delta Green thing. I don't know. It happens all the time in other games too.
And sadly, he did such a bad job. It's extra noticeable. It's basically the lethal weapon mullet.
He's still not looking, he's still not looking quite right. I mean, and you've heard multiple times throughout the day, like all of you, through your various phones, your various radios, etc. Like this idea, like it's escalating, like in terms of the coverage that's happening. So you're hearing like what started as just like interviews with like Ernesto Torres, the Seattle Times delivery driver who found the bodies, has now grown to like this disappearance of Greaves. It's become like this local intrigue, right? And so 5 o'clock news comes around. It's news hour, and you all see that it's kind of starting to go national at this point, as some of these national like NBC Nightly News and things that are picking up like strange intrigue happening in the Pacific Northwest. Like, so this is not great in terms of what's happening. And the newest wrinkle is there is a domestic terrorism organization that's actually that sent a video to a handful of locations, including a local Mill Creek newspaper, claiming credit for it. We've and so like all these different news stories are kind of piecing this stuff together. Like, what is are all these linked? So like there's definitely this escalation of the fan just keeps getting bombarded by the shit. Like,
there
it's
was the
just
map in the
hitting them.
background that was supposed to put the pieces together and lead them on a
Sure.
separate trail. There was
Well,
that.
yeah, and that's I think where
Real
you get like
discreet.
the forensic reporter who's just like breaking down the video and
Yeah.
like zooming in on like the different aspects of it. And then if you look in this corner here, you can see clearly that they are in a public storage, stuff like that, like this color of of paint on the walls. So yeah, it's definitely beginning to escalate as we near like nighttime, like as we're kind of into the evening hours now at this point, as dusk is hitting and the national news stories are starting to land. It's not everywhere, it's not on every single news channel, but it's kind of popping up here and there as this is just bizarre story after bizarre story, and whether they're connected or not is still unclear. But apparently there is a terrorist organization who wants to take claim and say that they are. Still no further leads on the whereabouts of Dr. Greaves or his body, something like that. But just to get everyone situated, we've got Dart and Raleigh who are together trying to stay clear. We've got Brown, who we'll say arrives now at the medical examiner's office, where Stone and Ryder are. Stone secretly, probably unknowns to Brown, with some munitions strapped to himself.
Just in case.
Yeah. Just
Amazing.
I think as Stone see if he's seeing and hearing this news too, he'll take a step back and he's like, he texts Ryder. He's like, we've got to find a way to legally take these bodies. If we blow them at this point, there's no going back. This whole place is going to be full of news.
He'll just text back, bombs versus aliens, or that's what he'll say.
Stone's like, I got no idea what that means, so fuck it, I'll blow him up.
Whoa!
Stone,
Yes.
Officer Daly will pull you aside at one point, and he'll ask you, hey, don't worry about that. Appreciate the reinforcements. We're actually getting some people here. I don't know. The chief got some strange video. Some group apparently has taken credit for this. They got apparently
What?
a CDC agent or something that they're holding hostage. There's no demands or anything, but we're getting some more people down here. We're getting some reinforcements. Considering they're taking credit. I mean,
What kind of man, Daily?
Homeland apparently is getting involved.
Well, it's about time they get involved, I suppose. If you've got is this a credible terrorist organization? What did the chief tell you? I'm sorry, man. I've been out investigating other things.
No, it's fair enough.
This.
We've had some run-ins with them. Never quite so bold as to kidnap or whatever a medical examiner and a CDC agent directly from. I mean, this is pretty.
And they
bold.
murdered a DEA agent.
And they claim to
I
have
don't know if
murdered
that
a
was
DEA agent. That's right. I forgot about that part. They claim to have murdered a DEA agent. So, the DEA is checking into that, see if there's any sort of viability to that. I'm just watching the damn medical examiner's office. I wish I would have taken the vacation this weekend that my wife wanted to take, but no, I had to show up to some freaking driveway and see a guy dissolve. And now this is happening.
And I'm there with you. Jesus. All right. So how long before they get here?
I don't know, 20,
maybe.
maybe.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call my guys off then, because they're at least 45 minutes out. If you think you're going to be able to hold this place, it sounds like we might be needed elsewhere.
I wouldn't be surprised if this task force expands, we get some more of the acronyms involved or something. At least that's what the chief's trying to do here.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Hell, if you got domestic terrorists who are killing DEA agents and dealing with bioterrorism, then you need them all.
Hell yeah, we do. Listen, and this guy's like, you could tell he's a career kind of street cop. You could tell he hasn't gone detective. Like he's like 2 days from retirement kind of guy. You know what I mean? He's just like, I just want out of this.
Hey man, so while he's in there, Stone will look around and make sure there's no drives. The drives are still gone. That there's nothing in the security system.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah,
and then he's like, all right. He goes, I'm gonna go walk the perimeter. I'm gonna go try to find what was that new doctor's name? Dr. Benning, and that other guy that I was with, Ryder, and see what they've heard. See if we get
character that guy.
I tell you, man, I've never seen he had to have been deep cover for a long time. I don't know. He's the weirdest looking dude I've ever seen, but he's pretty damn sharp. He's sharp, but I got to see if we can get some movement on these bodies then, because I want to get the hell out of your town. No offense.
Yeah, you and me both.
All right, Daly, man, I'm gonna do my rounds. I'll check back in with you in a little bit.
I have a good one, Agent.
So after he takes off, does a little, does his rounds, kind of doesn't take any particular pattern, clocks the three cops, then is going to sneak into the cold storage and blow these bodies.
Are you gonna get me to turn off the fire suppression?
Oh yeah. No, I mean, as part of my rounds, I was going to come by, see you. I mean, yeah, that's the plan. So
when I get there, I'm going to text Stone, and I'm going to be outside and just text here while this is happening.
Okay. So as you're doing your rounds, Stone, you get the text here from Brown.
He texts back. He's like, okay.
Okay.
Keep your head down.
Hey,
all right. So both of you go ahead and both Stone, Ryder, roll stealth tests.
Crap. I'm good at this.
Yeah.
You
don't have to, Brown. You just arrived.
No, I'm just outside in the parking lot.
A reroll. I have 2 rerolls. I'm gonna try to use one. Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is hilarious.
Why do we always go way higher on a reroll?
I don't think I've got any rerolls, so
I have one left. I was trying to save it for the electric.
Yeah, we've had multiple rerolls come up in the 90s.
This is normally what happens, and usually it becomes a crit fail too, which is hilarious. So Stone, you start going back into cold storage, and you can see as you start moving up, you hear you look over, and they're kind of like leaning against the wall, kind of just sipping a cup of coffee. You can see Officer Grant, who's the partner of Daly. It's just kind of, hey, how you doing?
Hey, Grant.
Can I help you with something?
No, I'm just checking it out. You heard that some crazy terrorist group is taking credit for all this shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty great, right? It's crazy. It's awesome.
Man, I don't know about awesome. I don't know. It just makes me exhausted. But yeah, I'm just doing my rounds. You need anything?
Yeah. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. Yeah, Chief just told me they're getting reinforcements and they just want someone with eyes on the doors. So
That's smart.
Here I am.
Well, if you need a spot or anything, just give me a shout. We'll be me and Ryder will be around at least until your reinforcements show up.
Yeah, you guys have been great. You guys have been great. We really appreciate it.
No worries. Hey, have you seen Dr. Benning? Is she still looking at the files?
As far as I know, she's still in her office. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, you got it.
Text to Ryder. Text to Ryder.
Like, looking right at you. Yeah.
Text Ryder on the way. I was like, busted.
Yeah. And so like you're kind of going over towards like fire suppression. Similar thing kind of happens to you, Ryder, except it's Dr. Benning, and it's not like she's suspicious of you. She just kind of wanders by and she's like, oh my gosh, this is exhausting. I want to go back to Seattle. Kind of looks up at you like kind of your Bible looks like some kind of utility
his arm
ship.
like above the
like, oh yeah. Just like, well, yeah, I think I'm gonna go get a bite to eat. If you're, I don't know, if you want to come.
Is that like you invited me out?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anyone here. Like, we've been working all day. I don't know. They don't get any ideas, Romeo.
Oh,
okay.
all right. I mean,
all right. Just,
he looks at his phone. It says busted, and he's like, I guess I'll go get lunch with you.
Okay. Brown, you're here as well. So what are you doing here, Brown?
I'm just waiting. I've announced my presence, and I'm waiting for like the next steps. I don't know the cameras are off, so I don't want to step my foot in there because as far as I know, the last time we were in there, we were all over the cameras, and I have no clue that they're turned off. So I'm just kind of waiting for my contacts to come out there and meet me.
Yeah. So once he's got busted, he walks by Daly again. He's like, "Hey, Daly, I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat. You want anything?"
No, I'm good. We're gonna get relieved here soon, and then Grant and I are gonna go probably grab something later. But we appreciate it.
Hey, no worries. Get some rest. I'll be back. Maybe I don't know about tonight, but tomorrow I'll stop in and see if the detective's back.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, just get some rest. It sounds like this merry-go-round or roller coaster, whatever the hell you want to call it, is just gonna get even crazier. Oh my God.
Stay safe, man. Stay safe.
Yep. You too.
And so I'll go out and get in the car with Brown.
Okay.
All right. What's the situation? What's going on here?
Well, let's see.
Did you get the ball?
Reinforcements? Oh, no. That was a complete bust. Reinforcements are coming from all the alphabets. Probably Homeland. Definitely FBI. Probably state police will be here 20 to 30 minutes. The bodies are still sealed in cold storage. The interesting thing is we can't actually get the federal warrant to take the bodies. And that's weird because we should just be able to make a call and get the bodies. I mean, I am a federal officer, but somehow somebody's tied this up and nobody's got access to the bodies, not even the local ME they brought down. So something else is going on here. Ryder tried to forge some transfer documents, transferring the bodies to federal custody, but they didn't even fly. So, we're kind of out of options as far as getting the body, but at least the ME hasn't seen him yet either.
What's the layout like? Are we able to get them out of there discreetly?
There's no cameras. I mean, there's no security cameras. At the moment, there are only 3 police officers in the building, but in about 20 minutes, the place is going to be swarmed. We're considered friendlies, Ryder and I, federal officers assisting. Raleigh's obviously a suspect. Dart's a suspect. The only person they don't know is you.
So if
I might be able to distract.
I was going to say, if we created some sort of distraction out front, could we get all of their attention and pull them away? The cameras are dead?
It's possible. What kind of distraction are you talking about?
You got any more of those explosives?
Of course I do. I mean, he looks around for the cameras in the parking lot to see if there's any dead spaces based on the geography of the camp or the angles of the cameras.
What's your alertness?
70.
Yeah, you think you can get probably in the northeast corner. It's kind of a dead, sort of a somewhat dead zone. Doesn't seem to quite get the camera that's coming out from the over the main entrance, and
So
it
is there
doesn't
any-
seem to get like the kind of the one that's going like into the parking lot either.
Are there any vehicles or anything over there?
Yeah, you can see that there's only one non like no, I'm sorry, that's not right. There's one black and white out front that you presume is Daly's, and then it looks like there's a handful of other vehicles. I know we've only talked about like Daly and Grant and Benning, but there are a handful of other people like Tex and stuff they're working too. So you can see that there's a couple cars out in the parking lot here and there. Yeah.
And there were the ambulances out back, right? We know that from last time. Or transport.
There
vehicles?
was a van. That van, however, is sinking. Or no, that van is in a. Was there two? Let me take
I
my
think there
notes.
was two.
I don't remember.
Well, if I don't know for sure, let me do this. There was in fact a second vehicle.
So I look over at Brown and I go, see that vehicle up there in the corner? There's no cameras on it. I can box out, come in from behind it, set a couple of napalm bombs on the gas tank, give myself a 10-minute timer, and then disappear. But you need to be in position to hit the building as soon as the bomb goes off. It's going to blow that car 20 feet into the air.
We need to lay this out before the police get here.
We got to do it now then.
We need access to that vehicle, the van out back. We got to ensure we have the keys. We need to ensure that there's no eyes, and we need to ensure that we can get those bodies out of there. There's going to be no distractions. Nobody between us.
There's no cameras. There's no cameras in the building. There's 3 cops in the building at the moment. I got no idea about the van keys, but we got 20 minutes to make this happen.
Okay, where's Ryder?
He went to dinner with the doctor.
Let's go on to Denny's. Easy.
What kind of food do you like?
He's at an Applebee's right now.
You like
they're
chilies
driving.
or...
All right, so
I do like an appletini. It's very refreshing. If you are taking her up on it, we can say, yeah, Ryder, you are.
I am for
easily
sure
say-
going. He doesn't know that. He doesn't really
Yeah.
care that Brown's here either.
Ryder, so Stone, last you saw was Ryder getting in a vehicle with the medical examiner, Dr. Benning, and driving off.
Would I have seen this while I was standing in the parking lot waiting after I texted them?
Yeah,
Just
Brown,
watch
I don't
Ryder
see
and
why
this
you
woman
wouldn't
leave.
Yeah, I mean, I just walked
Sure,
out the front.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
All
for no
right.
reason you wouldn't have seen it.
So Ryder's pulled the medical examiner off, so it's just the 3 cops in the building.
Yeah.
If you're able to get the van, you text me. I'll set the bomb on a 3-minute timer.
Watching Matt's head, he's like,
I know,
this is gonna go south.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
this is
Mr.
not gonna go well.
Brown.
This is not going to go well. I can't drive. Who knows where those damn keys are?
Why don't you think about it? We'll kick over to Dart for a minute
All right.
and Raleigh and see what the two of them are up to. As the two of you are out in the middle of nowhere. It's dark now. The day is just gone. What is it the two of you are interested in? You still have phones and things like that. And Raleigh, I mean, like Dart, you looking at Raleigh, she does not look like the same woman that you saw this morning.
Yeah. Okay, that works. That's something. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Been out here a while, and we would have heard, like, would you have given us your guys' plan about, blowing up the car and whatnot?
No, absolutely
Okay.
not.
Okay. So
Okay. So I agree on food, and honestly, like, if we're gonna get close enough to town to get food, I have a really bad idea.
well,
Do it.
I think we should go to the hospital. I think we should just do it. My gut's telling me we should just go.
Well, I do have a couple of contacts for sure. They said the Swedish Medical Center, correct?
Yeah.
You're
It would also have a lab there that you could analyze the samples.
That is true. I should point out, you guys are holding on to like evidence. You have hard drives from laptops. You still have the crows that you actually have as exams. So there's still stuff that you could dig into.
And we
can blow stuff up
Yeah.
some more. I'm very excited about blowing things up though.
I'm not an analyst, so I'd like Dart has a very simple but, direct path in mind.
Oh, yeah. Let's go to Seattle, my friend.
Okay.
Yes.
Do we want to do? So I'll give you three options: taxi, actual call a taxi, ride service, Lyft or Uber, or something like that, or do you want to try to take some public transit down?
Or a green Volkswagen.
Just steal one.
I think public transit has if you do a taxi or an Uber or something that's one person looking at us, but getting on public transport seems like a bad idea.
You two would know that there are going to be cameras on public transit. You're gonna be on camera at some point. There will be a receipt trail, potentially, depending on what you do for taxi or Uber, but you will be on camera when it comes to getting on a bus or getting on a light rail or something like that.
Do we flip a coin on taxi or Uber?
I feel like Uber would be cheaper.
Okay.
I love Dr. Roll. For all this
I'm going
fiscal
with my gut.
responsibility.
You're going with your gut, so I feel that.
Okay, so you get some Qdoba from the other Qdoba. For
They
some
make
reason,
a fine bowl.
there's a reason Dr. Raleigh just is in her mind. Guys hop in an Uber and you start heading down to Seattle. Do you tell anybody that you're going? Do you tell any of the other three that you're going, or do you just go?
I feel like once we're half an hour away, we send a text saying, following up on the hospital. We'll
Go ahead.
we'll report back when we have something to report back.
Okay. We are the
Stone
worst
looks down at
team.
his phone. And he's not my problem.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
I send a crossbones emoji, like a dead skull.
So we'll say the timing works out because we're at a time stop. So we'll say as Stone and Brown are getting ready to uncork this scheme of theirs, right as they did their huddle and they're about to break and go do their various responsibilities, mass text comes out from Raleigh saying, Dart and I are following up on a lead down in Seattle. As that pops in, Ryder, you're sitting down, you're ordering some jalapeno poppers with Dr. Benning, and you look at your phone and you get the same thing. And that's where everybody is in this little montage as everyone looks at their phone as they get the same message. And we'll pick up on that note next week.
Lord.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
So we're going to have two people who, but hey, you're at least
Are
out of Mill
wanted.
Creek at least. You're at least out of Mill Creek. But yeah.
You're gonna go to a hospital. It's full of cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna go over well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Raleigh's got contacts there though.
Yeah,
we
people
got
know
Ra-
Raleigh there.
Right?
Hey, Raleigh, I love the new
Good
look.
thing, bad thing. They better be really good contacts. Oh gosh. The type that'll hide a body with you.
We do
Yeah.
have a lot of evidence, though.
You do.
We just don't know anything about any of it because we haven't looked at
Oh,
it.
we need those damn bodies.
Yeah, you guys are really hell bent on the bodies, and it makes sense. But I just definitely don't forget you have other things that you could look into as well at any point.
All right.
You could.
Ryder's busy right now, so
Sure. Okay. So let's do closing roundtable stuff. Matt, what do you got going on?
Yeah, what do I
between
got
now
going
and
on
next Thursday.
Next Thursday. This is it for me this week. There's no Alien this Sunday because it's Halloween. But Monday on the Lollygaggers at 9 p.m. we've got Alien happening there. And Tuesday on Sirenscape, we got Call of Cthulhu at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then you can find us back here next week, Thursday.
Yeah. Megan, got anything going on?
No, really excited that it's coming on Sunday. Super excited. Favorite holiday, hands down favorite holiday. So the countdown has begun. The sewing machine is almost finished. So I'm excited. But other
Very
than
cool.
I have nothing. I'm pretty boring that way.
So am I. You're all good. Let's see who's next in the screen. We got Aaron. Aaron, what are you doing?
Hey, so tomorrow on Garblag Games at 30 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be playing Monster of the Week one shot for Halloween. Then, Tuesday, Sirenscape. Wednesday at 2:30 Central Standard Time, Garblag Games. I believe we'll be playing Hammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition. Thursday, something possibly on Garblag at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then back here for some Delta Green.
Yeah.
And who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Evan, what do you got going on?
Same thing. Matt said no Alien Sunday. Tuesday, we'll be continuing digging in the mound. Getting some thingies. I don't know. Some Cthulhu. I don't know what we find.
Going a little crazy.
Cities of Gold.
I'm not gonna go crazy. I got the amulet.
I'm already more than halfway there. So
you're already there. Kansas is already going.
Yeah, and then we'll just continue Delta Green.
Mm-hmm. And then Jeremy, what do you got?
We've got good aliens fun on Monday. Get to see your new character after I killed your god in Pathfinder on Wednesday.
Yep.
And then on Sunday
did you
night,
kill him, or did you just make him stronger? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was worth it. It was totally worth it. It was pretty fun. But for a special treat on Steam Still and Murder, our buddy Bert is going to do some eye hunt. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Nice. So most people already mentioned stuff for me. We might, we're going to try to do a special little one shot of something tomorrow. We don't have Impossible Landscapes this week. We'll be back to our normal schedule next week. But we're going to try to do, if I can get the Adventure in Time. We had like a one shot in mind for Friday, but we'll see. Nothing. Let's see. Saturday over on Defenders of Cobalt, myself and a few others were playing Darkest House by Monty Cook. So we're starting that up. Okay. And then come back on Monday to twitch.tv/thelollygaggers. We're playing Alien and and all the other stuff that everyone said. But that's it. Enough of that. We'll see where we go from here. See if we can blow up yet another car building.
Yeah.
We have explosives. We have to use them.
That's
not true. That's not true at all. No.
Chekhov's explosives. Okay.
Just because we can make bombs doesn't mean we have to use them.
But we will. Fair.
We probably will.
This one, though, Dart in Raleigh, got nothing to do with that explosion. Nothing to do with it. You guys are free and clear of that one.
By the end of it, somehow we'll turn out to be the subtle group. Shockingly.
Things just constantly... I like how we're just constantly shifting like the split. And every time there's always, this is the crazy group. This is the mundane group. Like you guys are just wandering around.
Ryder's always the normal group. He's going on a date. He's going to find himself his wife here. He's going to settle down. He's just going to forget about the investigation.
You did Stone was a thing monster last time, though. So yeah,
don't worry about it.
Stone was very happy to just walk away from this ME's office at this point and be like, it's just a lost cause. We're not getting those bodies, but
you still could. You have a week to think about it.
But Mr. Brown said, "Oh no, let's some carnage and steal some bodies." Like, all right, okay, you're in charge.
Well, Matt, you are in charge, so we're all done. Right. If you want to take us the hell out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.